I will block it. Coldness. May hair pala na yung first. Yung secondary. Hello. Kanina lang ako gumagawa ng box stitch ko. Nasa CBD ko. Tapos, lagi lang may nagkataon. Si Keisha. Tapos ikaw. So, start na ba rin? Ako, mag-start lang talaga. Kaya ka. Technical difficulties. Let's go, Bogs. Is the time running? I don't think so. Ano yan? Diyan ako. Ay.
Next.
Oh God. Sana hindi kasama yung akin.
Well, that most of you here know the usual happy, funny, energetic, comedian, good-natured, pretty, jeje, sometimes annoying, and definitely crazy Marianne. But I doubt anyone here has ever met the more serious side of me. So today, I'm going to do just that. As my way of thanking all of you guys for your extraordinary efforts to make everything feel right, to make me feel truly happy during my birthday, I'm going to unveil a different kind of Marianne. A Marianne who, out of gratitude, is now ready to be introduced. This other side of Marianne will talk about the Jesuits and how much they have helped me survive the past 1.5 years of college life. Ladies and gentlemen, Jesuit education has equipped me with 3 memorable lessons that I live by every day. Lesson number 1. I know where my heart is by Brother Richie Fernando of the Society of Jesus. Like Brother Richie who once declared, I know where my heart is, I have also found my heart in medicine. This wasn't really the case before because I had always thought that I was going to the Ateneo for college. And getting accepted into the intermed program of the University of the Philippines created a dilemma for me. On the one hand, attending Ateneo means that I can finally realize my lifelong dream of becoming an Atenista as I reach college. On the other hand, attending UP means that I get to be exposed in the best medical training in the country. In weighing these two, I realized that my heart truly lies in becoming the best doctor in the country so that I may serve the underserved. And it is in UP that I get to achieve that particular goal. The Jesuits were very helpful in helping me determine where my heart truly lies. I owe this decision of being here with you guys to them. Lesson number 2 is, in the words of St. Ignatius of Loyola, to give and not to count the cost. Because the secret to surviving a college life that asks so much from us is to give and not to count the cost. You see, college life demands a lot of sacrifices from our part. This could be physical sacrifices whenever we sacrifice our sleep, psychological sacrifices whenever we sacrifice our sanity just to understand organic chemistry in the early hours of the morning. It could be emotional sacrifices. Sacrifices such as living away from home. Sacrifices like being the last person to know what's happening back home. Sacrifices like not knowing what to do when you receive a bad news over the phone. Sacrifices like not having your family be with you on your special moment. And these sacrifices are very much true and are very much real. And sometimes you ask yourself if staying is still worth all these sacrifices. And here's where the Jesuits were very instrumental in helping me realize that I do all these sacrifices, not for myself, but for His greater glory. The Jesuits have taught me that to give without counting the cost means that I sacrifice without waiting for anything in return. Knowing that I am doing His most holy will, and that alone is enough. Lesson number 3 is something that you already know. Something that I have talked about before, but taken in a much different, more jeje context. Lesson number 3 is fall in love, stay in love, it will decide everything by Father Pedro Aruca of the Society of Jesus. I know I promised most of you guys that I was gonna talk about love. But clearly, that's not my topic for this particular afternoon. So, I'm going to compensate by telling you a story about love and pain. Note, however, that number 1, this story is purely fictional, and this is mythological, and all similarities in names things are purely coincidental. So let's start in third grade. Let's start in third grade with a little girl, and let's call her Bogs. Bogs had a crush on this guy, and let's call him Nico. So Bogs had a crush on Nico, and they were in third grade. But when they reached sixth grade, Nico admitted that they also had a crush on Bogs. So he courted her and asked her to be his girlfriend. However, Bogs knew that they were still too young at that time. So even if she had a big crush on him, even if she liked him, she said no. The problem was, Bogs had to move to another city to be with her family. So, the communication between Bogs and Nico was severe. Later on, she receives a phone call from Nico telling her how heartbroken he is because he broke up with his first ever girlfriend. Bogs, being the willing victim, comforted him and told him that, you know what, it's going to be okay. You're going to find another girl who's not going to hurt you. But never did she tell him that she still liked him back then. This kind of thing repeated over the years for a span of 4 years. 4 years of Nico calling Bogs every single time he gets his heart broken by his new girlfriend. 4 years of Bogs comforting Nico and telling him, you know what, it's going to be okay, you're going to find another girl who's not going to hurt you. 4 years of Bogs never ever admitting that she still liked him back then. So why am I telling this story? I'm sharing this story because I want to make a point. The point being that sometimes people grow skeptical, people are desensitized with the entire idea of love. So they promise themselves that they're not ever going to fall in love again. They make a vow with themselves that they're not going to allow themselves to be susceptible to pain again. Or if ever they fall in love, they're not going to admit it. Not to themselves, not to anyone. And that is exactly what happened to me. I told myself that I'm not ready for the pain, that I'm not going to fall in love, that I'm not going to let anyone know that I'm in love. But all of that has changed when I reached college. Because in college, I met the most wonderful, most amazing, most awesome set of people that I can ever meet. And these people taught me what it was like to be loved, to be truly loved. These are the people who would laugh at your jokes, who allowed you to make them your jokes, who sometimes make you their jokes. These are the people who, when they tell you they love you, really do mean it. These are the people who will put a smile on your face, regardless of the difficulties they too are experiencing. These are the people who would walk along Padre Paura wearing curly hair. These are the people who would be with you when your family can take it. So I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you guys for proving to me that love isn't dead. For teaching me a lesson about love. For helping me realize that I am capable of loving and of being loved. Know that I really wish there was some words, that there was a way that I could prove how much I love you. But know that I do. Knowing that I do love where I am now, I will follow Father Pedro Aruca's advice of falling in love, staying in love, in the hope that it will decide everything. Because the initial challenge of college life was to be brave enough to take that fall, to admit to myself that I'm willing to be vulnerable once again. But the second and perhaps the most daunting challenge is to stay, no matter how hard life gets, no matter how many hell weeks we go through, no matter how difficult everything gets. And I hope that deciding to fall in love and choosing to stay in love will decide the coming years of my midlife. So what have I been talking about all along? I guess what I'm saying is, it's fun being the clown. It's fun being the reason of your laughters. It's fun being the reason of your smiles sometimes. But I want all of you to know that I'm also here for the tough times, that you can approach me in your moment of sad times in as much as I want to be there whenever you're happy. I will keep on doing that. I will keep on giving without counting the cost. Because you guys are the reason why I'm still here. I know where my heart is. It is with Ivan. So with all the sincerity and seriousness a Marianne Johnson can ever have, I declare, I have fallen in love with Ivan. I plan to stay in love with Ivan. And I hope to God that it will decide everything.